As a deck builder, you might be asking yourself the question, how do I connect with my customers in the moments that matter most to them? So you're probably trying to figure out, how do I get to the top of Google Maps? How do I get to the first page of search? And now, how do I start appearing in AI search results on ChatGPT, Perplexity, or the Google AI Overview Report? In this video, I'm going to break down how companies are able to get to the first page of search for a term like deck builder in Baltimore, Maryland, so that way you can take that information and apply it to your own business. Now, here at MarketKeep, we do offer a free SEO evaluation report that walks you through your website and what you're doing well from a local on-page and off-page SEO perspective, and what needs to be adjusted in order to help get you to the first page of search results. So if that's something that you're interested in, please fill out our free SEO evaluation report and we'll get something back to you within 24 hours that you can utilize in your own business. But that being said, let's jump into our example of deck builder in Baltimore, Maryland. So using the example deck builder in Baltimore, Maryland, I want to break down the first page of search results and kind of what you're supposed to be seeing. So right here is what we call Google Guaranteed, and that's a version of Google Ads or Google Local Service Ads. Next, you have what is called the sponsored, which is your traditional Google pay-per-click. And then we get to what is called the Google 3-pack, which are primarily controlled by local SEO and companies' Google business profiles. And underneath the Google business profile section are the first 8 slots of a Google search result. Again, in this video, we're going to walk you through the 3 SEO strategies required in order to get to the first page of search: local SEO, on-page SEO, and off-page SEO. But I'm first going to cover on-page SEO since I think that's what most small business owners associate search engine optimization with. So to do that, I'm going to use the example of MarylandDeckworks.com. I'm going to go to their website, and one of the things that I like to do, and something that you could do for your business or to be able to spy on your competitors, is you can take a website's domain, go back to Google, and type in site : and then enter the website address. By doing that, you're going to see all the pages that Google has currently indexed and is including in their search ranking reports and their search ranking results for people. So looking at this example, we can see Maryland Deck Builders does have a little bit of like on-page SEO. In particular, as we kind of scroll down on their website page and kind of get to some of their different pages, you can start to see like their Baltimore, Maryland Decks building page, right? And they have an SEO keyword in their meta tag title. They have it in their meta description. And then furthermore, when you get to the content itself, you can also see how they have been able to incorporate that keyword into like their H1 title tag, the first paragraph of their text, as well as like some subsequent H2 and H3 headers, all of which are necessary in order to get your website to the first page of search results. Now, when it comes to on-page SEO, the golden rule is to have one keyword per page. So ultimately, when working on your SEO for your website, I think you want to make sure that each service has its own individual page and that you also have pages devoted towards the areas and towns that you service. If I go back to that example of Deck Builder in Baltimore, Maryland, another company that ranks pretty well is called Fence and Deck Connection. Now, Fence and Deck Connection, while it did start in Baltimore, has actually expanded into a very large company, and they've been able to do that because of how well they position themselves with on-page SEO. So as you can see, they have multiple pages on Google that rank on the first page of search, but furthermore, as you begin to inspect the pages and understand like what's helping them rank, you can start to see pages like Fence Company in Richmond, Virginia. You can start to see Fence Company in Bowie County, Maryland. You can start to see just other areas that they're beginning to target. And I think that is the difference between websites that rank versus websites that don't rank. They pay attention to their on-page SEO. They make sure that they have one keyword per page, that all services have their own unique landing page, and that furthermore, all the towns and cities that they're trying to target have their own pages as well. So that is something that you should be doing with on-page SEO. Now, the next way to get to the first page of search results, and probably the one that generates the most phone calls, clicks, and conversions, is being able to rank within the Google 3-pack. I like to joke that most people don't even scroll past that section anymore, which is a little bananas, that if you're redoing your deck, you're only going to look at 3 companies, but that's what they do. So in this situation, we're trying to figure out how do we get into the Google 3-pack. Well, it primarily revolves around optimizing what is called your Google Business Profile. So to figure out how your Google Business Profile is performing, I like to say just Google your telephone number. And in this case, again, we're going to use Maryland Deck Builders LLC. But in doing so, we get their Google Business Profile here on the right-hand side of the page. And I think there's really 4 things that every business owner needs to know when it comes to managing their Google Business Profile. First and foremost, generating reviews, right? The easiest way to rank is to generate more reviews and to respond to both the positive and negative reviews. That is critical. But in the absence of reviews, here are a few things you can be doing to further optimize your local SEO presence. The first one would be uploading photos. Just like Facebook or Instagram, the more photos you upload to your profile, the better it's going to perform. Now, that being said, the details matter, right? So we don't want to just upload any old photo. What we want to be able to do is make sure that we select, our best photos and that we name them appropriately too. So if you think about it, before uploading your own, like a picture of a recent deck design that you completed, you might want to name that photo like something along the lines of like a Trek deck installation in Baltimore, Maryland, or it could just be like wood deck installation in Baltimore. And that's giving it an SEO keyword. And what's going to be the great part about that is by Google being able to see that you uploaded that photo, they're going to be able to take that keyword into consideration for ranking you within the Google 3-pack. So the more photos you upload that have some SEO friendly keywords, the better it's going to be. Now, the second thing we want you to take advantage of is something called the Google Business Profile Posts. This is a section within your Google Business Profile that allows you to kind of add updates, offers, and other important details about your business. So in this case, Maryland Deck Builders posted something 2 days ago that allowed them to kind of talk about like enhancing your home's outdoor living. And the important part of managing your Google Business Profile posts is to make sure that you have some SEO keywords in there as well. So really within like the first sentence or 2, you should have an SEO keyword attached to it. And I think that helps you to be able to rank more effectively. Now, the third thing we want you to manage is something called questions and answers. Questions and answers is a section that as a manager or owner of your business profile, you can submit your own question and respond with an answer to them. And this is a great SEO tactic to utilize, especially in the absence of reviews. Now, to get there, I'm going to show you MarketKeep's questions and answers section. So I'm managing our profile right now, and here's our questions and answers. I can, again, submit or ask my own question and respond with an answer to them. But I think it goes a long way in helping you to build out that local SEO presence. Now, something to keep in mind are like questions that people ask in your contact forms, over the phone, or during like the initial consultation or estimate. Those are great questions to add to your profile because they help with search engine optimization, and it's something that people are searching for already. So it's a great tactic to utilize. But if you can do that, that's a good opportunity. Now, the last thing that we want and encourage our customers and clients to do is optimize what is called their products and services. While we do that for them, again, this is something that we just want you to be aware of. So within your profile, there's a section to edit products and add services, right? And if that information is filled out with some SEO descriptions, it's going to help you rank more effectively in the absence of reviews. So just to kind of quickly recap, as long as you're generating reviews, uploading photos, creating business profile posts, answering questions and answers, and then editing your services and products, it's going to help you rank a little bit higher within the Google 3-pack. Now, the last step to getting to the first page of search result is something called off-page SEO. And off-page SEO really helps separates the companies that are able to rank at the top of the Google search result page versus the ones that are even lower on the first page of search or on page 2. And it refers back to backlinking. Now, most people hear the term backlinking and just think the more backlinks I get, the better my site's going to perform. That's not what we're saying. It's more about quality of backlinks versus quantity of backlinks. Now, the great thing about off-page SEO or backlinking is it does leave a paper trail. So if you look at a term like deck builder in Baltimore, one of the things that you'll notice is it takes about a minimum of 17 websites to get, to rank on the first page of search. Now, if using a program like Ahrefs, one of the things that I can do is understand like how a company like Frontier Dex was able to get to the first page of search. Well, it's because not only do they have their on-page SEO and local SEO structured correctly, but they also have 81 backlinks from 42 referring domains. Now, these 42 referring domains are primarily made up of what we call local citations, which are places that you can list your business's name, address, and telephone number. So to look at that, we could take a look at like they have a backlink from the Baltimore Business Journal, but then they also have a backlink from a company called like Biz Highway. Why is that important? Because if you look at their backlink on Biz Highway, one of the things that you'll see is it's actually a list of deck builders in Baltimore. And that's where the quality of the backlink matters most. What you want to do is prioritize those different types of websites that have like a deck builder list. And by doing that, it's going to help you rank more effectively and get to the first page of search. Now, I think a lot of people always ask us the question, why does SEO matter? Can I just do Google Ads? And why we are a big fan of Google Ads, I do just want to bring up the search term deck builder near me and show you a little bit of like what is called the click distribution. Now, most people, when they get to the first page of search, 48% of people are only going to click on an organic search result, which is search engine optimization. 6% of people are going to click on both what is called the paid and organic search. So maybe they'll use like Google Guaranteed and then click on a Google search result organically. Then there's 7% of people that are only going to click on paid. And then we have these 39% of people that were kind of asking, why did you even search it in the first place? Because you're not clicking on anything. But if you look at it from that perspective, search engine optimization will always outperform Google Ads over time because it's a click that, number one, you're not necessarily paying for unless you're using somebody to help, optimize your website on a monthly basis, but you're going to get more clicks from it and you're not going to pay per click. So I think that's where the value of search engine optimization can be for a deck builder. If you have any questions regarding this video or you want to learn more about how to rank your deck building company, again, please feel free to fill out our SEO evaluation report. But thanks again for watching our video, and I wish you the best of luck with your business. Thanks a lot and take care.